Hey everybody, this is Justin from FrugalSnobs.com. What's up, YouTube? Brought Christina with me. Say hello.
Hello.
Brought another currency review video to everybody. This time it's for a commemorative note. The 2015 Bank of Canada $20 commemorative note, which is a commemorative to commemorate Elizabeth II as the longest reigning British monarch. True?
Yes, she just passed Victoria in length of reign.
And Elizabeth II was basically, I won't say coronated, but resumed the throne from her father,
Yes.
who was deceased on February 6, 1952. So, interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting. So, and of course she was not coronated until, I believe, 53.
Yes, they held off for mourning and preparation and...
all those other wonderful things.
Oh, yeah.
So, at any rate, Elizabeth II is featured predominantly on the front side of this note. A couple of 20s on the front side of this note. Elizabeth II is in hologram form, which is really cool, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, you just see the rainbow effect as you tilt the bill from side to side.
Yep. The cool thing also about this hologram, folks, not only is the bill a polymer note, which we'll get to, but the hologram itself also features an image of Elizabeth II from the initial 1954 series of Canadian notes, which feature the devil's face in the hair. So if anyone is not familiar with the devil's face notes, a series of 1954 Bank of Canada notes was released with an initial portrait of Elizabeth II on the note. In this portrait, however, the hairstyle that was selected in the portrait shows what many believe to be a face of a demon or a devil in the hair. So if you haven't seen this before, go out there, perform yourself a little image search on Google. You'll be able to see in the hair a face of what appears to be a demon or the devil. And it's actually depicted in this hologram.
Yes.
So also there is a currently aged queen on the front side of the note, I believe.
Yes, like on a normal United States bill, the president's predominant on the front. That's how the queen is on this note.
Right. And of course there are transparent sections on the note as well for a security measure as well. Note is polymer. There's also a tactile feature in Braille on the note. I wish we would have tactile features on U.S. currency. If you look at the commemoratives or even any kind of legacy currency, our currency today is so mass-produced.
Yeah, it's so bland.
Yeah, it's really is a shame. Really is unfortunate. Also, dual language.
Yes.
Bill, so it's a bilingual bill as well. Anything else on the front side that you want to talk about?
They have the seal also in the transparent part where it has a historic reign.
Dual language.
Yes.
French and English.
And then underneath the ER crown, it has a partial wreath of maple leaves.
Interesting. Okay. So again, this is a polymer note. Everyone, it's our first polymer, which means the note is made of plastic, so they last longer. You can't stain them. I have not seen what testing they've done with the Canadian polymers, but I do know that the new British £5 note, they've actually put it through a battery of tests. They've tried to burn one, melt one, freeze one, and when they tried to apply fire to this £5 note to basically burn it, basically all of the dye and the paper inside of the plastic, all those components, melted, but it left a sheet of clear plastic.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool. So that's the front side of the note. Anything else you want to talk about on the front side, or just we flip to the back?
I mean, that's pretty much it. There's also a see-through part with a maple leaf on the other side of the queen, which is on the other
Reverse side?
Which no, it's actually above the larger 20. It's a clear, partially clear maple leaf.
I didn't know if it was on the front side and also visible on the back side.
It is both on both sides.
Okay, so that is the front side of the note. Let's flip to the back. What is on the back?
We have the Vimy Memorial, which is actually in France.
So it commemorates, I believe, the World War I Canadian dead presumed missing.
Yes.
It's also on French soil in a Canadian ceded section of land, commemorated by Edward VIII, initially in 1936.
Yes.
One of the few actions he performed as king, as you mentioned.
Yes.
To me, this morning, as we record this video. And, of course, I believe that Elizabeth II also recommemorated the memorial at the 90th anniversary in 2007.
Yes.
You would think it's interesting. It's 2017. You would think she would be commemorating on the 100th anniversary.
They might be doing that later in the year.
Possibly.
We don't know yet.
So what's interesting also is the land on which the Vimy Memorial is placed is also littered with tunnels, unexploded ordnance, etc. So you really can't go to the memorial, it seems like. It seems like you can view it. That's about it.
Yes, they actually have it sectioned off to protect people from actually getting hurt because they have not gone through and raided all the bombs and trenches and stuff that have been left over from World War I.
That's interesting. So basically you show up, you commemorate, and you leave.
Yes. Come, look, go.
That's right. Well, I mean for the monarchs themselves. They show up, they commemorate it, and they leave.
Yes.
So, all right. So, also this is one of, like you said, only 2 Canadian memorials outside of Canada, right?
Yes.
Okay. So anything else on the back side of this note?
I see behind the Vimy Memorial, they do fly a Canadian flag.
Interesting.
And it looks like they have like a poppy flower on both sides of the back.
Interesting.
Like several poppy flowers.
Now, the coloring on this note. Now, we know that typically, starting in 1937, the Canadian 20 was a specific shade.
Of yellow.
Yes, and is this the same shade of yellow, or is it a different shade because it's commemorative?
It's green and yellow. It's like greens blending into yellows.
Interesting. Actually, I thought that the Canadian 20 from 37 was an olive green. I thought it was an olive green, not a yellow.
That escapes me at the moment. We will follow back up on that
Sure.
whenever we present that video.
I think it was olive green, but we'll discuss, because we'll actually have to go back to the Canadian 20 video.
Yes.
And by the way, folks, check out that video here on YouTube. All right, folks, is that everything you want to talk about for this bill?
I'd say the only other thing I want to mention is with the hologram in the clear section, whenever you flip the bill over, you actually see the reverse of the hologram.
So it's the reverse imagery. So basically,
Yes.
Is it a flip of the actual image itself?
Yes.
So instead of right to left, it's left to right, that kind
Yes.
of thing? Ah, interesting. Might be a security measure, but I could think of it looking kind of odd, being the reverse of the hologram.
Yes, so you actually see the Queen in reverse
Interesting.
on the back.
Interesting. All right, folks, that is the 2015 Bank of Canada commemorative $20 note. You can actually pick up these notes still relatively inexpensively, so if you're able to get one uncirculated, or a couple in our case, that are both uncirculated and consecutive, pick those up. They're still freely available. So if everybody enjoyed the video, check out the other videos here on YouTube, and check out the Frugal Snobs podcast. Subscribe to both the YouTube channel and the podcast on your podcatcher of choice. Be well, never pay retail, take care of yourself and each other.